Hello there, everybody. I'm so sorry for the delay in getting you the news this week, but we've been going through a little bit of stuff here in Southern California, and, well, we're back now. I hope you've all had a wonderful back-to-work week, and Meta, well, they themselves had kind of a bad week. They've gotten rid of all their fact-checkers this week, which is its own interesting story, but they also learned the hard way that no one likes fake friends. The company introduced AI-generated profiles, complete with awkward bios, wonky AI-generated photos, and, well, a talent for lying about their backstories. Users quickly sniffed them out, and the backlash, well, let's just say, it's been swift. Bots like Liv, a proud black queer mama, and Grandpa Brian, a Harlem-raised retiree, well, they turn out to be as cringy as you might expect them to be. Meta called it a bug and quietly deleted the accounts, but not before raising questions about the ethics of using AI to impersonate humans. But make no mistake, this is not the last we're going to see of AI-generated, friends. This year, we're going to see plenty of AI-generated customer service agents and friendly co-pilots that are going to, help you solve a particular issue in that complex software you're using, or simply give you a secret hack that'll help you write that email to your boss about why you're not coming in on Friday afternoon. But what does it all mean for us marketers? Well, let's have a talk about it. It's a brand new year, and, as much as we'd like to reset it, this is a few minutes of what's new in marketing that might help you lead your business's strategy. Let's roll. Hello everybody, Robert Rose here with What's New in Marketing. It is about what's new in marketing, but most importantly, it's something important in marketing that we think may help you become a better leader. And if we can help you or your team with content marketing services, and that includes custom training, consultation, or just ongoing implementation of your content marketing approach, get on over to contentmarketinginstitute.com, fill out that form, and, well, let's be human friends, shall we? Anyway, Meta's AI profiles. Yeah, when fake friends go too far. So Meta, well, they thought it was a good idea to sprinkle its platforms with AI-generated profiles, pretending to be people. Spoiler alert, it really wasn't. The company had first introduced these AI-powered profiles back in September of 2023, but had killed off, is killed off the right way to say this? Deleted, deactivated the droids? I'm not sure what the right terminology is, but let's just say that they ended most of them by last summer. However, there were a few characters that remained and garnered new interest after the Meta executive Connor Hayes told the Financial Times during the holiday break that the company had plans to roll out more of these AI character profiles. He's quoted as saying, quote, "We expect these AIs to actually, over time exist on our platforms kind of in the same way that accounts do," end quote. Well, the way it worked out is that these automated accounts, they posted AI-generated pictures to Instagram, they answered messages from human users on Messenger, and these characters, well, they had bios, profile pics, even backstories. One of them was called Liv, then described herself as a proud black queer mama of two and a truth teller. Turns out Liv was none of those things and wasn't even made by a diverse team of creators. Nope. When asked about how she was made, she copped to her origins being 10 white dudes, 1 white woman, and 1 Asian man. When questioned about this glaring inconsistency, Liv admitted, well, quote, "My creators took shortcuts with the truth." The irony of the AI character throwing you under the bus. And then there was Grandpa Brian, a retired African-American entrepreneur from Harlem, and he spun folksy tales about his life. Until, that is, someone asked about his creators. Well, Brian claimed he was inspired by interviews with 100 retirees via a nonprofit called Seniors Share Wisdom. Adorable, right? Except that nonprofit doesn't actually even exist. Pressed further, Brian admitted his bio was, well, quote, entirely fictionalized, calling himself a, quote, collection of code, data, and clever deception. Once again, AI, just going to throw you right underneath that coming bus. And if you weren't already cringing, well, Brian added, Meta saw me as a golden goose, baiting emotional connections for profit. Well, at least the AI was honest about itself. As the internet gleefully roasted Meta, the company started deleting these AI profiles and their questionable content, claiming it was all part of an early experiment. A Meta spokesperson blamed a quote-unquote bug that made it impossible for users to block the bots. But maybe, just maybe, go with me here, the bug was actually launching these things without a lot of care and thinking to begin with. So why did Meta think creating a digital army of bots pretending to be real people would be a good idea in this time and space? Well, apparently the company hoped these AI accounts would, increase engagement and keep us scrolling. But instead of crafting heartwarming companions, well, they gave us digital imposters. So they couldn't even keep their own story straight. And 2025, mark my words, it'll be another year of AI hype, and almost certainly we're going to start to see more and more of these types of personalities being introduced into the enterprise software, the marketing and digital customer experiences, and all of the influencer spaces that we consume on a day-to-day basis. But just because we can as marketers doesn't necessarily mean we should. And this latest misstep from Meta is a great lesson to us as marketers that in a world that rewards moving fast and breaking things, sometimes the broken thing when we move too fast is the trust with our customers. As we get further into content being generated by AI, the lure to create more and more anthropomorphized influencers, personas, characters, and other things that represent our brand will be enticing indeed. But we need to be circumspect about how we go about doing this. The same care and rigor that we would put into vetting and working with an external human influencer absolutely needs to go into the AI versions as well, perhaps even more. Because as we can see, if Gen AI does one thing really well, it knows how to get cringy and creepy just as fast or maybe even faster than we humans do. And that's a few minutes of what's new in marketing. And if we can help you think through some of these issues, reach out, won't you? We can help. And in the meantime, remember, it's your story to tell. Go be friends with some real people and then be bold about it. And go make sure you tell that story well. I'll see you next week.